Hello everybody, this is Detecting Daddy from Boston, Massachusetts, and the coins you see in front of you, I have gone through the sixth roll in here, and these are all the ones I found with die cracks in them. And I'm going to explain these briefly, as I believe I might be able to somewhat track the history of a die crack. I definitely need some opinions on this, as it's something I've never tried to do before, but where all these pennies are brand new, I'm finding so many different die cracks, different variations, as well as what I believe different, excuse me, um, time frames for the die cracks. All these ones here, these two rows right here, are all starting with the O in cent on the reverse. Some are starting at the top, some are starting at the bottom, so obviously that is two different dies that had cracks in them. Which one came first? I have no clue. These ones here have the O as well as the T. And I'm going to show you these in just a bit. This one here actually is a new one that I found this morning. And I'm going to have to go through the other ones I've seen to see if I can find that one as well. And these ones here are the snotty linking, runny nose linking, or as I choose to call it, the chili linking, which looks like he has icicles in the back of the neck, the bottom of the lip, and coming from the nose. Somebody came up with the runny nose link, and I thought that was kind of funny. That's why I mentioned it. So let me go ahead and show you what I am talking about as far as these are concerned. I'm going to come over to here, and before I do anything, let me just do this real quick, and you will see right in here, let's get closer here, at the top of the O, right in here is the die crack. And that's what it's either going to be on the top of the O here, which originally when I saw these, I thought they might have been bag marks, but as you can tell, I found a whole bunch more, so I don't think that is the case. It's a possibility. I haven't taken a good look that it's going through there, but I don't think so. But that's where they appear to be starting, either here or up here. So that's basically what those whole two rows are right there. Now the second row here, let's take a look, is this one right here. Now, again, you're going to see, let's see if I can get a little closer here. Again, you'll see it up at the top, right here. It's in a slightly different position, and that does appear to be a different die on this. But you'll also see over here, the die crack coming down here. Now, I believe that this is all, I don't know what the heck that is. This appears to be hair on there. Sorry about that. But that's where I'm finding from those. Now, in this one here is the one that we all got different names for here. And as you will see, it is coming from the nose right there, as well as the back of the neck. You just turn it so you can see it right there. And you can't see the one from the lip too well on this one, unfortunately. So we can get you a little closer. Maybe not. But those ones there are the ones I found so far. Now, the new one I found, which I thought was kind of interesting, and if I can get the lighting just right, you'll be able to see it right there in the last A. You know, it's a very, very slight die crack coming off of the A. If I get the lighting just right, which I'm having problems with here. You almost see it right there coming off, and this is just another variation of the die cracks I have found. Now, what I'm thinking of doing with these here, and I don't know if this is going to be possible at all, but seeing if I can do what I'm calling history of a die crack. Trying to find the early stages to the later stages, such as the ones that Phil, aka Bella's dad, has, that shows the more severe die cracks, which I believe is what the case is here. It's almost like the history of a die crack. Some of these here are really early on. These here are a little later in the stage. The other ones that I have here are all different ones. Now, I believe there's about, I want to say, 7 different types of die cracks that I have found. Now, let's see if I can remember them all. There's the top and bottom of the O, which is 2 different types. Then there's also these ones here, which I believe, I gotta go look back through some of the other ones I have, which some are sitting right there, and some are sitting right up there as well. Some of these don't have this in there, I believe. I gotta go back and look, so I gotta find out. So that's possibly a third, then you get a fourth, a fifth. Then I have the one with the shield, The die cracks come with the shield, which would be the 6th. And the 7th is the one with the letter T, and it's a die crack coming off the T. So I believe so far I found 7 different varieties of die cracks within these pennies. To me, that's kind of fascinating. If anybody has more knowledge on these, please let me know. I mean, none of these I don't think are really going to be worth anything. Possibility for these, I might get a little bit. I don't know. I haven't found a lot of them, as you can tell. I think about 6 of them so far, which I find, really interesting that there hasn't been a lot of them. There is still in here 44 rolls to go through. This one roll took about an hour to go through because I was finding, as you can tell, so many different more die cracks and different varieties, plus another new one, which I wasn't expecting. I'm going to be going through all the other ones that I have to see if I find any more, if I miss something. It's a really good possibility. It's a very slow and tedious process, but for me it's a lot of fun. As you can tell, lately I've had a lot of time in my hands, so it's given me something to do. Excuse me, I got a slight cough. I know this is all kind of real geeky stuff, but it's kind of fascinating to me. And if anybody has ever studied die cracks, please do pipe in, jump in, leave your comments. Let me know what you have found, or if you think this is a complete and utter waste of time. Because I'm not sure. I'm kind of enjoying it. I've always liked die cracks. And one thing I wanted to say, I might have to pull out a memorial as well, is normally with die cracks, I usually find them coming off the points. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see a die crack coming off of, say, the shield, the points of the shield. That's usually where I normally see them. Coming off of the A, I'm not completely surprised. Here I am, because there's no point there. Well, maybe, I guess right there, that could be considered a point. The end of the T, not exactly surprised. Haven't seen any at the bottom of the shield, which I would really expect to find them. But also the ones in the O. Again, it's not a pointed area. Excuse me, I hit my microscope there. But the ones in the front as well that I've been finding are in very unique places that I haven't seen before. The ones, the nose, the T, okay, that's a point, so that makes sense. That's where I would normally expect to find them. If I had a memorial scent, I could show you on the back of the memorial. Let me be right back. Okay, so I have a memorial penny up here, and what I wanted to show you is where I normally find them is on the sharp points, such as, say, right in here at the ends of the reverse on the memorial scent. And I've seen some that have, up in here, all 4 corners where there's die cracks. And that's where I normally expect to find them, because it's a sharp point, and I guess that's, maybe a weak point in the die, and that's where they crack. I don't think I've ever really found any on the obverse. This is a penny I just pulled out of my pocket change, so that's why it looks kind of cruddy and all that. But yeah, that's just kind of an example. On wheat pennies, I don't think I've really ever found any. Excuse me, I dropped some tape. But I'm sure there are some out there. Definitely give me your opinion on this, guys, because it's kind of fascinating to me. I'm kind of enjoying it. And really, it's Phil is the one that really struck me onto this here when I saw his video of all the die cracks he was finding, and his are a lot more severe. I'm hoping to find some of those. I do have another 2 boxes to go through, and I'm hoping tomorrow to actually have a box of pennies to search through for wheat pennies, as I haven't done those in a while. I've been really getting into this and enjoying it a lot. And again, let me know if you know anything about the history of die cracks, if anybody's ever done a study on it or any type of research. I'd really like to read up about it, as I really think that it would be a lot of fun. I'm going to be doing a couple more videos like this. I don't know how deep I'm going to go into it, but finding different die cracks has definitely sparked my interest in this. And again, I blame Phil, aka Bella's dad. So if you really don't like these videos, tell him it's his fault. Just kidding. If you like it, definitely give a thumbs up. Leave comments below. I know some people have said, with the microscope that I'm using, that you can find errors on every single coin. I don't think that's the case. I don't think these are errors necessarily. They're just die cracks, not really worth anything, except for, like I said, maybe the ones with the die cracks on the obverse. The The die cracks on the shield on the reverse, I've only found one of, as well as die crack on the T. So I'm going to take a closer look at those, just to see, maybe if I'm seeing something that's actually not there. It is a possibility. When you're looking at, a couple hundred pennies and they're all shiny and bright, your eyes get tired. So, that could be the case. I've only found one each, so I'm not really ruling those as significant finds yet, but I will hold on to them anyways, just in case any more are found. That's going to be it for this video, kind of quick and short, just kind of showing you what I've done so far. Literally one roll of pennies, took me over an hour to go through as I looked at every one really closely, and it means I have about a couple hundred more to go back through, look at again, just to see if I missed anything, and if I did, I will let you know. Well, until next time, happy hunting.